Join me right now, back on the show, is Dave Leduc, four-time Lethwei Openweight World Champion, King of Lethwei. What's going on, Dave?
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Of course, man. We got so much to talk about. The last time we talked, you were in Thailand. Then you were going to move to Myanmar.
Really?
Then you did move to Myanmar. Then that was a short stay, and then you went to Dubai. So tell me what went on in that period.
Okay, so I didn't think it was that long since we spoke. Basically, I was in Phuket training with my team at Tiger Muay Thai, but then obviously my career brought me to really focus on Lethwei. So it didn't make any sense to stay there, and I couldn't grow. I couldn't grow Lethwei being in Thailand, right? So I was actually ever since I fought my first Lethwei fight, I wanted to move to Myanmar, and we finally did it. But to be honest, right now the country is very it's still a third world country, right? And my wife being Russian, and she likes nice things, and I want to give her nice things. We tried it for a few months, but now the rainy season started to happen. A lot of electricity cuts, and I hope this doesn't discourage anybody to go there. But maybe being earlier in my career would have been easier. To just because I was living in a small room, big like your bathroom, right, back in the days. So that would not have been a problem. But at the status at the time of my career now, like I want to enjoy the fruits. I don't want to have to suffer anymore. So we just and I got invited at the same time, pretty much that we moved. We got invited to Dubai, and obviously my wife fell in love with the country, the city. It's just luxurious and amazing. And I got an opportunity to grow a gym there in the Dubai Marina, one of the nicest spot in Dubai. We did it, and the rest is history. Yeah, it really cool. It's really fun city.
In your time in Dubai, what were you necessarily doing? Because there's a lot of videos of you, training with famous people. But what were you doing out there? I know you were training, but were you doing a lot of personal training too?
I did a little bit because, to be honest, I was a bit not wasting my time, but I was getting bored in Myanmar while I was there for a few months. Like I was just there's not a lot of people there, so I was just training myself. So I was like not. I was looking forward to just share some knowledge and exchange some energy. So I spoke with my team and we decided to allow a little bit of training, private training. So I had a lot of energy to give, and so I did it a little bit, and but mostly it was me training for my fights, mainly for me planning my next moves and stuff. So it was really, yeah. I just had a condo there, an apartment there, and training when I felt like it. It was yeah, it was pretty good. And I had like a little challenge, training to get all the personalities in Dubai to train with me to see if they can last a 30-minute training with me. So that attracted a lot. So the short amount, we've been there for 6 months now, and they all know us in Dubai now.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Buakaw. Buakaw,
Yes.
he visited Yangon. You took issue with that and challenged him to a Lethwei fight. Has he responded to your challenge?
So yeah, you want to talk about this? So basically, yeah, he went to Yangon, and I did not like it. I did not like it because it's my country, and I did not like the fact that it just comes to on my turf. So yeah, I just said that you have to just tell us, and people were a bit, oh, you cannot ask. Fucking damn well, I can ask, and yeah, obviously I got a little bit of a hate on this. I don't give a shit. It's my turf. We're not. It's not Thailand. It's not Vietnam. It's Myanmar, which is different. And yeah, his coach replied. Training partners replied. Uh, he knows, and that's all that matters. And but yeah, I don't think it's a good idea for their career, for his career, to accept a little match. There's rules in the sport. There's rules. There's gloves. There's no headbutts. It would be a very bad matchup for him. And yeah, and even if like me, I fight without cutting weight, right? I fight open weight, 80 kilogram. I walk at 79. So if I would fight, I would. Everybody fucking cuts weights nowadays. I would fight, I don't know, 75, 74. So I don't know how much. I hate cutting weight. I think it's retarded. I So I would fight around the same weight. It doesn't even interest me. Even if it would be a super fight, doesn't even interest me. And yeah, actually, right now I'm talking with another line. So talking with Kudlin fight manager Sajan Sassan, and we're talking about possibly looking for, because I can't do it in November, the next event with Yilong and Hong-Man Choi. There's the next event just in China. And I'm not against the rules. You know me, I'm dedicated in Lethwei. I like Lethwei, and that's the only thing I do. But the next event is, I think, MMA gloves, 1 round of 9 minutes, and it's with KO only to win. So that's the main thing for me. You know, as long as it's no decision, it's the coolest thing. It's the closest we're gonna get in combat sports from a street fight. Last man standing. You know, there's no. If me and you we fight, we're both bloody, and we're both standing up. Oh well, shake hands. It was a draw. You know, see you next time. But in combat sport nowadays, they love so much to give to decide a winner, and that for me it's not cool. And people that taste Lethwei or see Lethwei or train Lethwei, fight Lethwei, they can vouch for that. They can say, you know what? After a bloody war, you don't want to just. You know, you don't want to see your fight. I don't even want to win if we're both. You want to knock him down. You want to knock him out. That's the real way to fight. My grandma can understand this. If she sees a fight, oh Dave, wow, the 2 guys who won. The guy on the floor, the guy standing up, and the guy on the floor lost. It's very easy to understand. So, KO to win for me should be back in MMA, should be, and I'm happy we're seeing it. Even the Kulin fight, or they're starting to see that. You know, that's cool.
Are you interested in fighting Hong-Man Choi?
100%. I messaged him today. I said that I get the winner of both guys. They have no chance.
Yeah, I saw it. It's called. It's in Buakaw, right? Moss fight.
Yeah. I was supposed to fight on this event. I said I can't because I'm in Cyprus right now. We're talking from Cyprus in my office. But yeah, I'm doing a world tour. But I was supposed to fight it, and but I've been talking to my promoters for Lethwei in Japan, and I asked them to get a guy, you know, like a pride style, 100 kilograms, 200 kilograms. I don't give a shit. So yeah, how much is he? How tall is he?
Oh, he's like over 7 feet tall.
Let's do this. It's gonna be good for the history.
Definitely. Well, you said you're in Cyprus right now. You're on the Lethwei World Tour, 11 countries in less than a month. Why did you decide to do this tour?
It was planned for a while, and yeah, my team set it up to promote Lethwei across the whole time. And then after that, actually, I accepted a fight in December. We'll get to this afterwards. And then it resumes to North America. I have a lot of locations like Seattle, New York, Chicago, Texas, LA. So we're going to bring Lethwei for the first time in the States and Canada, the annual tour. But why did I decide? Well, it's just people have been messaging me for the last 3 years. We want Lethwei. So I have to answer their demands, and I'm pretty excited to meet everyone that trains Lethwei, that wants to learn Lethwei. Like I just got a message before the interview that the first Lethwei seminar in UK in England is already sold out. So I think there's a lot of practitioners and a lot of people that are interested in Lethwei, not only for the ring but also as a self-defense thing for the sport, right? For the you know, because I love MMA. I train sambo. I train my ground. Still, I love it. But in a street fight, you don't want to go on the floor too much. You don't want to pull out a single leg, a double leg, because you can get stabbed. You can get kicked in the back by his friends. So for me, the closest from a street fight, and personally, I'm not proud of it, but all my fights in the streets, it was close quarter combat. It's in between, you know, next to the bar. Managed to get a throat punch, a headbutt there. It's so Lethwei is very, very realistic. And there's takedowns in Lethwei. You know, there's suplex. I did a video with George Hickman last time and Tiger. We spoke about the suplex, the takedown, and the headbutt on the way down. So, but yeah, you don't want to spend too much time on the floor. Get those soccer kick in the face. So Lethwei, I think we're and that's what I'm working right now. Is the way to get it into the homes or the gyms because let's be realistic, not everybody's going to go in Myanmar or in Japan or anywhere and fight a full fight of Lethwei. It's a one percenter sport. So in order to grow, it's a bit of answering your question. In order to grow, I'm building the curriculum as we speak, the modern curriculum to get adopted in all those federations. There's a Slovakian federation, there's a Russian federation of Lethwei, there's a Bulgarian federation of Lethwei. Hungary and Budapest. So there's I'm discovering there's a lot of people that like Lethwei. So it's very exciting times.
Yeah, you are becoming a professor of Lethwei. It's like you're going around and giving seminars and lectures and demonstrating to them what techniques work the best. It's incredible what you have done throughout this short period of time for the sport. Talking about America, you mentioned America. Bare-knuckle boxing scene is growing in North America. What are your thoughts on this rebirth?
It's cool, actually. I think we've been exchanging some messages with my team on Instagram, and said that they invited me if I'm in the States at the same time, so I'll be a guest at the event. I'm very happy because it's again, it's close to Lethwei. Obviously, there's no headbutts, there's no kicks, there's no knees, there's no elbows, but I like the rawness of bare knuckle, and for me, I think it's really good for the sport. Who knows? I'm not sure, but if it can lead one day to having Lethwei sanctioned in the States, who knows? But for now, I think the fans like it. The fans of really know the realistic sports. But yeah, I would like to have the headbutts allowed. That would be in the pocket when you're close. You get that nice side headbutt. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool for the sport, and I support it. I support their shows, and to be honest, this being more popular also brings eyes to Lethwei, because now there's going to be people that are going to be, you know what? I like that bare-knuckle boxing, but look, I also just discovered at the same time doing my research, there's the art of 9 limbs in Myanmar, so it's all beneficial.
Yeah, definitely. I could see the bare-knuckle boxing promotions when they allow Lethwei to throw some Lethwei matches in that, in the ring and mix it up a little bit, because it's all about mixing it up nowadays. You can't go with one thing and just ride with that thing anymore. You gotta throw different martial arts in there.
Exactly, and you have to answer what people want to see, right? And the only thing in the way is the legislation, the people, the government. If it was only for that, there would be a lot of people, there would be more events, right?
Definitely. Now, moving on to your fight, December 16th in Yangon, you're taking on the former openweight champ, Tun Tun Min, for the Openweight Golden Belt, which is the most prestigious belt in Lethwei, am I right?
Yes.
Why is this the biggest fight in Lethwei history?
Why is it?
Yes.
Because there's 2 parts to it. So basically, I have to give my respect to Tun Tun Min. He was the youngest ever to win the Golden Belt at 19 years old. He beat former champion Saga Man. So he was 19, and he got a couple of years in, and then I faced him in 2016 twice, and the second time we got the belt. But then ever since, there's been a rivalry because I don't wish that on anybody, but he was injured for a long time afterwards, the leg. So on one of my takedowns, fucked up his knee and I cut his head up. He was bloody, so it was a really good war. But then now he's back, and there was a lot of stuff exchanged during that 2 years that I was defending my belt. I defended 6 times in Japan and Myanmar, but it's just also during that time I had the country. First of all, it was not the easiest thing to accept a non-Burmese fighter, because that was the first time in history. So I was very humbled and very honored to be accepted as the Burmese champion. They even gave me my name, Dewa, Burmese name, as like means protector, and I vowed that I was going to protect the Myanmar legacy, the Myanmar traditional rules. There's been people fighting. There's a new event starting that was non-traditional, so they had a scoring system, so I did not like it. Tun Tun Min did try one fight at that event, which I basically said that's not a good thing, because you're supposed to be the traditional Burmese champion back in the days. You should continue supporting the events that are traditional. Anyway, it's very complicated, but and then people they throw me hours. The former champion said it's only supposed to be a Burmese champion, not a foreigner. Well, I'm like, I'm more Burmese than you guys because I promote the real traditional sport, and they did not like that. They were against the fans giving me a Burmese name. It was just all over the place. So, but again, there's 55 million people, over 50 million people in Myanmar, and I was very honored for them to accept me. So moving on to this, that's 2 years we're talking, and they've been talking shit, saying that I cannot hurt him with my punches because I don't have enough power in my punches. And then I replied, I only need my elbows. So a bit of not trash talk, but like heated arguments. And so to be honest, it's just a rivalry of this and the new era, like of the first time there's been a non-Burmese champion in over 2,000 years of sports, and I try my freaking best to be up to the expectations, and I try to make the ancient Lethwei warriors in their grave proud of what I'm doing, because it's not an easy task, to be honest, because you get a lot of old mentality, old generation in Burma that are like, they want. It's just very complicated, and we're gonna have a movie about this one day. So. The whole country right now wants to see this. So there's been a lot of offers, like fighting other like Thai champion, other foreign champion like Americans, Ukrainian. But the word is we want to see a trilogy match with Tun Tun Min. So it would be, the first one was a draw, the second one I won, the third one would be just like and then on top of that, he said he wants to retire after this because he's my age, he's 26, 27, same thing as me, but he wants to retire to vacate me from the title before he retires, to leave the place for the Burmese generation. And that is pretty much an insult, right? It's like, I don't like you, I want to remove you from the title so Burmese people get the title. And so I'm like, oh yeah, well, we have a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fucking fight. Let's do this, because bring your A game. I want you 100% because I have goosebumps talking about it right now. Let's fucking fight, right? He wants to behead me. He wants to fucking kill me because I basically, let's talk numbers. Let's talk real shit. For 2 years, he was not able to fight. He was in crouches. That hurts a man, right? And monetary, financially, ego. So he hates my guts, and I would hate him. I would hate me too, but it's business, and I'm not a bad guy. I just do what I have to do, I guess. And but I'm gonna be ready, because I want to retire soon too, because I want to focus on teaching. But I'm not giving my title. I'm not losing my title. I'm giving it away. Once I'm ready, I'm gonna be, you know what, guys, here's the title. Let's fight for it. But nobody's gonna take it away from me. I'm gonna die on the ring. I don't fucking care. So. That's why it's the biggest fight in Lethwei history. I have to respect that guy. One of the strongest kicker and puncher I've faced in the strongest guy I've faced in my career, obviously. And I think one of the strongest puncher in the game today. Yeah, he doesn't have, that many things. You have a strong headbutt, strong overhand, strong jab, and strong low kick. It's like power against technique. You know what I mean? I'm not pretending to be the strongest puncher, not even, but trying to be smarter. You can't go there, and it's going to be a long interview, but you can't go there and do like everybody's been doing, because to be honest, he fought, I think, over 60, 70 fights. There were, I think, 90% of them were by KO. So like, he's just incredible knockout artist, because everybody, and again, we're seeing a new era of fighting. Everybody thinks that Muay Thai is the strongest striking sport. Well, now they know it's not, because everybody like the Russian champion, American champion, name it. They go to Myanmar and they get stopped by the headbutts. They get stopped by the brutality of it. Because you need more than just a nice striking style. You know, I love all my friends and I love everybody that trains Muay Thai, but it's all about looking good, blocking, giving back, blocking, giving back, scoring points. Myanmar is not about scoring points. It's about inflicting maximum damage, and that's what Tun Tun Min has been doing before we met. Yeah, it's a new era of striking sport, and I strongly believe, and not only me, but the entire world is realizing that it's the most complete and effective striking sport. If you combine that with BJJ or Sambo and wrestling, you get the perfect martial artist, right? So it's very interesting era right now, and yeah, that's pretty much my answer.
The first fight was a draw. The second fight, you took his title. Third fight, what do you have planned?
In my techniques, or what do you mean?
Just in your mind, like how you see this fight going down.
There's two ways it's going to go. There's three possible ways, but there's two ways I know it will go. Either a KO on my side, I will KO him, or a draw. And he's not gonna. I'm going there for those two things. That's it. And what I was gonna say, it's clear also. Again, I'm not the kind of, if you look at my style, I'm not the kind of guy to run away like Cyrus Washington was doing against me. I'm not the kind of guy to try to get a draw, right? I always push forward, and I don't. I'm not hoping for an easy 5 rounds. So I'm gonna push the pace. And may the best man win, but I'm gonna win. And again, the guy is one of the strong. The Burmese people, not only him, but Burmese people are I don't understand why, but they're really, really fierce and hard to knock out. No, if you people watching this still, by the way, if you're still watching this video and you're not subscribed on MMA Talk, you should by now. And but yeah, first fight, go watch 2-2 against me. The guy got a lot of damage. He did not touch me. He was undefeated, 36-0. The guy's been fighting Lethwei all his life. It was my first fight, my debut match. I basically disfigured him. He did not touch me, and he did not quit. That's something you would not have seen in a lot of people in Thailand, in anywhere in the world. Like, they're fierce. So they can get a lot of damage and not quit. So we'll see what happens. But I need to do something explosive, not to get the lights out. Not just cut, because they won't stop. It has to be something, to get the lights out. And this, I'm not telling you my secret in case he has a translator to translate, but I have a couple ideas planned to get the lights out. And to give you an idea, it's a bit like what I've done in my last fight against Dieselek. So yeah, but it's either going to be a knockout or a solid explosive draw. And it's clear in the newspaper. It's very, very sensitive subject right now because they're like what's going to happen. And it's clear that if it's a draw, I remain the champ, because in order to remove, he has to KO me. He has to finish me, right? So I have a lot of pressure on my shoulders right now. I have 5 times less the experience. I have 20 fights in my life. He has over 100 in Lethwei. Most of my 20 fights were in Muay Thai, and I was still a beginner in the Phuket stadiums, right? So I had to, in a short amount of time, compensate by the lack of ring experience. So I had a lot of pressure. And but now when we faced, and that's the last thing I want to say, when we faced each other, it was my second and third Lethwei fight ever. I have way more experience right now. I've defended my title, so it's going to be another Dave 2.0 for sure. I did not know how to do headbutts. I did not know how to protect headbutts. I did not know how to deal with such a strong puncher and everything, because there's nobody that ever came close to the power, and that was without gloves. So, it's hard to explain if you never, so people that watching this, that never fought Lethwei, but yeah. I will make you proud. Trust me.
Well, if you're watching this and you've never watched the Lethwei fight, well, you better tune in for this one. This one is, like he said, the biggest Lethwei fight in history. Dave, it's always good talking to you, man, and you are always doing incredible things. And it seems like you're getting busier and busier and busier by the day, which is a good thing, man.
Thank you, and I'm trying. I want to. Right now, I'm building my online academy, so I'm not even as busy as I will be. I need to film about 1,000 videos in the next couple months, on top of fighting, on top of the tour. So I try, man, and I appreciate the talk and appreciate the support. It's really. I hope I give you good content when we talk.
Of course, man. Always, always. Thanks for your time, man.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.